here first to convert that to a plane for me, please.
Charles' head went up, and then it was like not matrixy. So it went right.
It's right, so it makes it doesn't matter. The matrix.
Oh.
Okay.
4,
Yeah.
3, 8. Oh yeah, sorry. Thanks. -3. Yeah. Missed that both.
Yeah.
Sorry. 22.
Yeah.
Next line 2, -6, 1, -7. Next line -3, 4, 22, and 11.
That's right. That's 2Z. That's supposed to be.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Now, before I continue here, I'm going to tell you the difference between human and computers. If I was a computer, my method would be I would divide that 4 by 4 and have fractions all the way through my question. And you could certainly do that. Okay, right? Because then that would make that a 1, right? Divided by 4. As a human, can you see in a better way to get a 1 in the top left corner?
Oh, plus.
You can do that. If you minus. What is it? Add the third row makes sense to me. Okay. Now, Courtney, I'm picking on you because you're sitting in the back. Why is that going to work?
4 plus minus 3 is 1.
Yeah. Remember, you're trying to get it to be 1. Okay. Now you guys all see, and you can divide this by 4 if you want to. But then you fraction, 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 and you work away from that. If I was a computer, that's the way I would do it. And that's the way everyone here that has a graphing calculator that can do that, that's exactly how your graphing calculator does it. Okay. Okay, so if I add that. Okay, can somebody please be brave and give me that first line again? What's it going to turn into?
Would it by chance turn into 1,
Yeah.
1, 10, and 33?
Absolutely. Okay. Can I get another volunteer from the back row? Sure, Courtney, you're out. Somebody else in the back row. How do you get rid of that 2? You're not in the back row, you're in the front row.
Yeah.
How do you get rid of that 2?
Like 15 is 1.
No, this one here. Because remember, you want 1, 0, 0, right? So how do you get, that's the next step. How do you get rid of that 2?
You subtract the third and add the first.
Oh, goodness, you could.
Wow.
You could, that would work, yes. I don't want to put you down on that. That would work, okay? What's an easier way, man?
Subtract 2 times the first.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to probably subtract 2 times the first. Okay. Now, that way would work. You can do all sorts of magical things to get there, okay? But for me, it's easier just to do that, okay? So what that's going to turn into, I got a brave soul to tell me what that's going to turn into. The first one is 1, 1, 10.
0.
Yeah.
-8.
-8. Yeah. And what's the right hand side then? 66 and 7 is what? -73, is that right? Okay. How can what's my next thing I want to do? Because you guys got to be thinking of what you're doing rather than just copying it. What's the next thing I want to happen?
Get a 0 in the bottom.
0 in the bottom left-hand corner. How do you get a 0 in the bottom left-hand corner? Courtney? Yes. So that's going to be 0, 7, and, whoa, 32, is that right?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, and 110. Whoa. Okay. You might be saying, Mr. Sadler, this looks like this question is getting out of hand, and you may be right. Okay. Can anyone think of a way I can easily get, not easily, but I can get a 1 in either of those numbers without having fractions? Because you could instantly divide the second one by -8. As I said, if I was a computer, that's what I would do. Can anyone see how to do this? It's a little tricky. Yeah. Okay. So if you're thinking here, this is where the sort of tricks come in a little bit. If I add these two together, I get -1. right? And then times by negative 1 to get to positive 1. Okay? So do I want to do that in 2 steps? I'll do it in 2 steps, okay? So I'll do this as 2 plus 3. Oh goodness, 13. It stays as 110. Oh boy. 37 and 33. How are we feeling with that? Did you guys see why we did that though? Because negative 1 is close to 1, right? That's what we did. Okay, so you may need in between stuff like that. If you don't like that and you say, I like structure, I'm going into engineering next year, I like to follow a procedure. Okay, I'm just kidding with the engineering thing. But you can divide this by 8. The problems, you can see there were no fractions, right? You'll still get the same answer from work at the end, but there'll be fractional in between.
Can I read data and we can matrices?
Yes.
And once I got another 0 in there, I went straight to substitution. That's fine.
No. If I say use a matrix, you must use a matrix. If I say solve, you can do it any way you want.
Yeah, but I used a matrix. I just didn't use a matrix.
If I'm going to say use a matrix completely, it would that. For the 4x4, you can use any combination of substitution matrices you want. Okay, hope you don't use substitution because it'll take you the rest of your life. Okay, what is the next thing I'm trying to do right now? So I need to make sure I got the logic here. What am I trying to get rid of next? The 7. How do I get rid of the 7? Someone other than Robbie. Sorry, Robbie, I know you got this. Someone other than Robbie. How do you get rid of the 7? No. Totally incorrect. Sorry to put you down like that. Okay. What's the problem here? Hold on a second. This is important. This is a wonderful teachable moment. This is a wonderful teachable moment. That's why I'm getting fired up for Lacey this afternoon. Wonderful teachable moment. Why should I not use the first row to get rid of that 7? You don't mess up to 0, right? So you don't want to mess up to 0. So I'm going to do minus 7 times this row instead. Okay? So I'm going to do minus 7 times 2. Oh boy. What's 7 times 13?
Or what would be the answer? Oh, sorry.
91, is that right? 91? 91 and 32 is 123. Oh, please let this work out, Mr. Sadler. Yeah, but this is a negative, right? Negative is a plus, right? Negative 37 times 7 is 210, 259. Is that right? 369? Look at these split. This is going to work, folks. Okay. I'm happy. Matt, what?
Like you subtract the 7 from the bottom one, right?
Yes.
And then what's
7 times this. So I multiply this entire row by negative 7. I added it to here.
Okay.
Right? So 7 times 1 is negative. You know what I mean? That's think of it like elimination, right? Like we're doing it like elimination. We're multiplying the rows by things. That's what we're doing here. Right, so what I did was negative 7 times negative 13 is, what did you say that was? 91. 91 plus 32 is 123, right? And that's it like that. Okay, what's the next thing I'm trying to do here? Yes?
One of the top rows is like a 0.
No. Eventually, that's right, I don't need to put you down. It could work. Okay. Courtney, go ahead. You want remember, you want to get to 1 along the diagonal first. Yeah, that still would work as an in-between step, yes. Okay, but if you follow, I find you follow the pattern, you know what you're looking for next. How do I get a 1 in the bottom right? Go ahead. I'll finish that. Divide by 123. And even though these numbers are enormous, it works so beautifully, doesn't it? So this is 1, 1, 10, 0, 1, negative 13, 0, 0, 1. This turns into 3. Oh, I'm glad this worked out. Isn't that nice? Okay. Now, this is the way, so how are we feeling so far about what's happened there?
So good.
The next step, Reed, what you're gonna do is you're gonna use this one, and you're gonna make this 0 and this 0. I should probably underline these for the people that aren't here. Those are the next two things I'm getting rid of. How do I get rid of that negative 13?
Wait, what are you getting?
Well, I gotta get rid of something. Right, so I'll decide to get rid of it.
Why did I get rid of something?
Because you want it to be one, you want it to be just the one along the diagonal and zeros everywhere else. That's what you want long term, right? So you gotta get rid of something.
Solving for x, y.
Yes. If you want to get rid of this one next, you certainly could, but I'm just gonna follow the pattern, which is how I do things, okay? I'm computer-like, okay? How do you get rid of the negative 13, please? Good. I'm gonna do them both together because I'm feeling a little bit crazy today. How do you get rid of the top 10? How do you get rid of the 10? See how this sort of works once you get it good here then? So it's negative 10 times 3. Okay, so when I rewrite these, I have 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. By the way, what does this actually mean, 0, 0, 1, 3? What does that actually mean, 0, 0, 1, 3? Z is equal to 3. Okay, let's do some math here. Negative 13 times 3 is 39. 39 minus 37 is 2. What did I just discover? What does 0, 1, 0, 2 mean?
Y is 2.
Y is 2. That's right, it wasn't 2 invalid with these numbers here. And negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. 0, 1, 1, 3. 0, 1, 0, 3. Okay. So then I'm going to subtract number 2. And you get what's that here? Oh, because I'm subtracting 10 times.
Oh, right.
So that should hopefully work like that. Okay, now, as you can see, these take a little practice to get good at them. Okay, these take a little
Oh, that
practice.
worked really nice.
Yes, because I chose it. That's not like I will always have integer solutions for these because I am a monster, yes. Okay, but I'm kind enough to give you whole number solutions. If you get an answer of 2.8, that's, you messed up somewhere, okay? This question I would recommend to do it completely. If you do not get integer solutions, leave it and come back to it at the end of the test. Because this will take you some time. You can see this will take you some time to get organized, okay? And no inter, the question was, will it only come to a line? It would be if there were zeros all the way across, that would be a line, okay? If you see something like this, no intersection, because 0 can't equal 1.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be no intersection for that then. So that would be something funny. That would be something funny like this, right? Or something funny like this, right? That would be 0 intersections. Yes.
In the last example, we had zeros along the bottom.
Yes.
Did we just not get the 4 and negative 2 to be 0 because it was like a line?
Right, yeah, because the problem was, okay, example 1, you mean? Yeah, the problem was I couldn't do anything to get rid of these, right? Like these, like if I wanted to make this one 0, all of a sudden I put the y back in there.
Okay.
You see what I mean, right? Because there's nothing I could have done. Or if I wanted to make this 1, this would be like negative 1/2, right? So it would be, you come back and
Back here, yes, we do the next example.
sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna hit pause here on the video unless you guys sync this one in. I'm feeling okay. You just need practice on these, right? It's just it's not horribly difficult. These are just ones if you do it good, you're fine. Do you want to try one on your own, or do you want me to take you through another one?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.